G'day guys, Glenn here. Today I just wanted to do a review on what's become perhaps one of my favourite camping accessories. And it's this little guy here. I discovered the HardKorr uni light at a four-driving camping show probably about 3 to 4 years ago. I bought a 4-pack which came in this case here, and these guys ran on stock. They just ran on 3 AAA batteries that fitted inside the compartment here. Subsequently, HardKorr released a little lithium pack, which was rechargeable and eliminated the need for those AAAs, and that was a great improvement. And I thought, you know what, that's now just perfect. And you might say, well, what are you banging on about the old one for? Well, that's because just when I thought they couldn't get any better, HardKorr have now released what they're calling the U-Light. Now, the U-Light is essentially the uni light here, but now has incorporated the lithium battery that I suspect a lot of people are upgrading into the unit itself. So there he is there, very similar obviously in dimensions and very similar in use, but now we have the incorporated USB-C charging port on the back of the light, but we've still got all the great features that I really love about these. I'm certainly not going to get rid of these. In fact, over time I just found I was buying more and more and more of them because I was using them in places I really didn't think I would. So what's so great about these lights, you might ask? Well, of course, it needs to be a light first and foremost, and this light has 5 light settings, and the first one is super bright. So that's a super bright light there, just with one click, and basically you double click to go through the different light modes. So yeah, on super high power, you're going to get maybe 4 to 6 hours of runtime on high. There's a medium setting, and it goes down to low. So the low setting, you got to probably see about, I think it's 90 hours of runtime on a full charge from that light, which is just fantastic for placing around tents or using as night lights if you've got little kids. And it's going to go all the way through the night or two, if you remember to turn them off, that is. And that was one of the problems with these guys, is that invariably on the AAAs you'd forget to turn the light off, and of course the next night you go to use it, you realise you hadn't turned it off. You're in the you're out camping and you don't have access to scores of batteries, so quite quickly the battery side of things in that became a bit of a pain, hence why I went to the lithiums. But now with this guy, with the rechargeable battery built in, it sort of takes away the pain. And I'm skipping all around the place here, which is a bit of a pain in itself. So there's 3 light modes, and you might say, well, what are the other light modes? Well, HardKorr, if anyone's used HardKorr lights, I'm a bit of a fan. You might know that they were probably one of the first to come out with this orange light mode. So the orange light mode there the idea is it doesn't attract as many bugs as you might get in summertime in Australia as what the white light does. White lights will bring them in from what seems to be kilometres away. This guy reduces it, and in some cases I reckon it's probably half the amount of insects or maybe even more that the light attracts. So that's really great if you're in an area that's got a lot of bugs. It's really freaked the camera out too. This last setting of this light is probably a great safety feature as well, and that's the orange strobe. So by clicking in the orange strobe mode like that, that guy will actually run for 160 hours in strobe mode. And that is quite a bright strobe. And I guess if you're in an emergency situation, or even if you were changing a tyre in the middle of the night, having that on the ground or nearby your car is a great feature, or if you needed, if you were looking to be found somewhere in the bush, I think that's a great feature to have. And you might say, well, that's a great little light, but what do you do with it? Well, it's got a elastic strap on the back and a curved section here, so it's perfect for mounting to your tent poles. You simply throw your pole in there, throw a strap over, and you can mount it anywhere. My kids and myself, we use this in our swag. We simply hang it from a loop in the swag, and that's a great little swag light. We actually roll the swag up with the light in it, so we never forget it. And they just go and go and go in the swag, unless you're doing hours upon hours of reading. I guess the biggest killer feature of this is it's also got a magnetic back. So if you are working on the car, or even the number of places you can stick this thing using the magnet is fantastic. Again, tent poles, very easy. Side of camper trailers, fantastic. I use it in the boot lift, the lift tailgate in my car. Stick it up there to see what's going on and give me a bit more high up light. So really fantastic. So yeah, they've really made a good product even better. Comes with, of course, a charge cable. It is just a standard Android type charge cable, or USB. Just can't speak highly enough of these little guys. I think HardKorr have got an awesome product here, and now with sort of the price point that they're at, man, they're going to kill it with this new light, I think. So if you don't have some, go out and get yourself some. I just can't speak highly of how many uses and how practical these little lights are. So I've got a couple at home. I even use them for blackouts. They're just bright, super easy to use, and just go forever. So yeah, thumbs up from me. Get out there, guys, and go and get yourself one of those new lights from HardKorr.